Would you fight Conor Benn? He's there. Is that a fight?
Yeah, of course I would fight him. Yeah. How does it go?
Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia are reigniting their fierce rivalry, picking up right where they left off in 2024. The two boxers, whose bad blood began to simmer months ago, are now ready to settle their differences in the ring, despite their ongoing controversies. Conor Benn is still entangled in his suspension from UKAD after testing positive for a banned substance in 2022, but he is eyeing a comeback in late 2025. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia is also preparing for his return as his ban for testing positive for a prohibited substance during his fight against Devin Haney is set to end in April 2025. Both fighters are eager to make their mark, but their rivalry is intensifying as they exchange words and jabs ahead of their potential showdown. The tension reached new heights when the two nearly came to blows at the Ring Magazine Awards in 2025. The event, held in London to celebrate boxing's exceptional performers of the previous year, saw Garcia and Benn face off once again. As Garcia was leaving the venue, an interviewer asked him about a potential fight with Benn. Garcia casually responded, "Yeah, of course, I'll fight him." When asked how the fight would play out, Benn argued that Garcia's left hook wouldn't be enough to secure a victory. Garcia retorted, "I'll see, that's what they all say, but somehow I find the target every time I fight many fighters like you." Things escalated when Garcia put his arm around Benn's neck, sparking an argument that ended with Benn shoving Garcia before others in the crowd pulled them apart. Despite the tension, Garcia handled the situation with grace, maintaining a cool demeanor, while his rival continued to taunt him. This exchange, which could have turned physical, was a stark contrast to the formal and respectful atmosphere expected at such an event. It was a surprising outburst of aggression, considering that both fighters had been there to present awards. Garcia presented the Comeback of the Year award, while Benn presented the Prospect of the Year award to heavyweight Moses Adama. The evening, which celebrated boxing's finest, unexpectedly became a battleground for two fighters embroiled in one of the sport's most heated rivalries. This wasn't the first time their feud has made headlines. The animosity between the two began after Garcia's victory over Devin Haney, where Garcia called out Benn in a post-fight interview. Benn, not one to back down, responded on social media by praising Garcia's performance while expressing his interest in fighting him next. The back and forth continued when Garcia threw out the challenge to face Benn at London's O2 Arena, threatening to fracture Benn's spleen and then eat it. The animosity grew further as Benn fired back, calling Garcia a loudmouth and challenging him to meet in the ring. Known for his social media antics and witty remarks, Garcia played the situation with typical bravado. His response to Benn's taunts, however, revealed a deeper layer of sarcasm. Garcia pointed out that Benn couldn't even box in his own country, a jab at Benn's inability to compete in the UK due to his doping suspension. The rivalry reached a boiling point again during the Ring Magazine Awards, where both Garcia and Benn were in the same room, honored for their respective achievements. Garcia, preparing for a major return following his own suspension, presented the Comeback of the Year award, while Benn, still in the spotlight for his controversial positive tests, handed out the Prospect of the Year award. In a bizarre twist, it was Benn who confronted Garcia during the evening, offering his thoughts on Garcia's past doping allegations. He called Garcia an idiot and suggested he had no class, taking aim at both Garcia's character and boxing abilities. The tension escalated as Benn, not holding back his feelings, accused Garcia of being unprofessional and lacking sportsmanship. Garcia, however, maintained a calm demeanor, refusing to rise to the provocations. Despite Benn's verbal attacks, Garcia kept his cool, not wanting to escalate the situation further in front of the public. Both fighters have faced their fair share of controversies in the sport. Conor Benn's doping case, which involved testing positive for the banned substance clomiphene in 2022, has cast a shadow over his career. His suspension was temporarily lifted in 2023, but the decision was contested by the British Boxing Board of Control and UKAD, leading to the reinstatement of Benn's suspension. His future in the sport now hinges on the outcome of an appeal, but he remains confident about his comeback in 2025. The fighter is eager to return to the ring and has made it clear that he is ready to take on top contenders, including Garcia. Garcia, on the other hand, has also faced doping allegations following his fight with Devin Haney. Garcia tested positive for a banned substance, though he claims it was due to an accidental ingestion of supplements. Regardless of his explanation, his suspension was a significant setback in his career. However, with his suspension set to end in April 2025, Garcia is ready to return to the ring and prove himself once again. Their ongoing feud has only intensified, with Benn's verbal jabs and Garcia's sarcastic responses in interviews. Benn has promised to smash Garcia's teeth down his neck if they meet in the ring, adding fuel to the fire. Garcia, not wanting to back down from a challenge, has responded with equal fervor, declaring that he would knock Benn out if they ever face off. The rivalry is now at a fever pitch, with both fighters eager to prove their dominance and settle the score once and for all. Despite their intense dislike for each other, it's clear that both fighters are driven by a desire to be the best in the sport. Their rivalry has sparked interest from boxing fans around the world, many of whom are eagerly awaiting the day they finally face off in the ring. For now, both Garcia and Benn are focused on their respective comebacks. Garcia is preparing for an exhibition match against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Amparo in December 2024. Although this is an exhibition fight, it will serve as an opportunity for Garcia to shake off the rust and get back into fighting shape ahead of his official return. While Benn has been quiet about Garcia's exhibition match, he has made it clear that his sights are set on bigger opponents. The British boxer has expressed his desire to face Chris Eubank Jr. next, a fight that would rekindle the fierce rivalry between their families. Eubank Jr. and Benn were originally scheduled to fight in 2022, but the match was called off after Benn tested positive for a banned substance. Now, with both fighters eager for a showdown, it seems that Benn's next major fight may come against Eubank Jr., a bout that could have significant implications for their careers. In the meantime, Garcia's exhibition match with Amparo will give him a chance to prove that he is still one of the top fighters in the world. While some fans have expressed skepticism about the event, given its exhibition nature, there is no doubt that Garcia's skills and charisma will draw a significant audience. The fight will take place in Japan, a country known for its passionate boxing fans, and Garcia is expected to put on a show. As the rivalry between Garcia and Benn continues to evolve, it remains to be seen when the two will finally meet in the ring. Fans are eagerly anticipating the day when these two fighters settle their differences once and for all. Until then, the war of words will continue, and the boxing world will be watching closely to see what happens next. Both fighters are determined to prove themselves, and with the drama surrounding their rivalry, it's clear that their eventual showdown will be one of the most highly anticipated matches in recent memory.